What's up, everybody? It's your boy Josh from JTM Racing. What's going on? So for the people that don't know or haven't watched my last video I posted, I picked up a 327 Fully for the Nova. It's a fully rebuilt motor, all forged internals, really sick ass motor. It should be anywhere from 300 to 400 horse, but we need to start getting the Nova prepped for it. So I do need to get the 305 and the transmission out of the Nova. The transmission does need to be sent off and get rebuilt as well. But while that's happening, I need to get the whole engine bay prepped, get it ready, get it looking good for when I'm ready to drop the motor back in. But first thing first, what we need to start doing is tearing apart the Nova. I'm going to be taking off the whole front clip. So pulling the fenders off, pulling the main support off or the radiator support, front bumper, things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start tearing into it. Let's get to it. All right, so first thing first, I got the Nova right now on a battery charger. I want to get her fired up because I'm going to move her over a little bit and I don't really feel like pushing her around. So that's that. We got Willie here right now.
What's up?
And then we're going to have Nick probably showing up here in a little bit, hopefully. But yeah, let me get her fired up and we'll scoot her over a smidgen, and we'll get cranking. All right, so we're gonna fire her up. I'm gonna turn the choke on first. Hopefully she cranks right over. All right, guys, so the transmission is officially shot in this thing. This thing will only move in first gear. It's always slipped very bad, had a lot of metallic on the dipstick. Tranny was shot to begin with, but it's probably so low on fluid and so trashed that the only gear it goes in is first, not reverse, not drive, not second. Goes in park. But yeah, we had to push this thing out. But we can pull it in frontwards. So I'm gonna do some cleaning up back here, and then I'm gonna pull it up where I want it, and then we'll start taking it apart. Well, now that the damn thing is warmed up, it goes into reverse. How about that? It's been chilling, idling for the last, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes. Still chilling at 195 degrees or 190 degrees. Has a blown head gasket though. It's probably just torn right next to an exhaust port. It's never mixed oil and coolant. It just radiator gurgles and you can't bleed it. Can't get all the air out of it. But even if it wasn't, we're still doing this motor swap. This 305 is actually going to be getting stuffed into the Jimmy. We're going to do a full stroker on it. And we're going to turn this 305 into a 334 cubic inch stroker motor. Jimmy's going to be bad. Why not use it if we have it? But we'll be moving it here in a second.
Time you run that mechanical asshole in here.
This would be the perfect car to say that to. Throw you on it.
Down the exhaust pipe.
All right, everybody. So I got her where I want her. Let's start tearing into her. All right, so we got some of these pieces off of the front end. Now we're working on getting the fenders off. We got one of the radiator support brackets, the hood, the hinges, the hood release. Got our bolts and washers and nuts all in bags marked so we don't lose anything. And right now Nick's working on the passenger fender on the bolts inside the door. We did pull the chrome moldings off of the bottom, which are right here. I'm going to sell these. They're in really good shape. There is a little tiny screw holes running along the side of the car that they're going to have to be welded shut. Yeah, we're going. so we haven't been recording this whole time because we were literally stuck on this one fender bolt for the last, I don't know, what, hour and a half? This one right here, because these little clips were spinning, and actually you have some rot right here, probably from the battery acid. We broke the battery tray out. That'll be all replaced, brand new bolts. Probably patch this up and re-weld the new plate right here. But we got both fenders off. Now we're taking the core support off. And that's probably it for today. And then we'll just kind of clean up and stuff and throw a tarp over the engine and continue. But yeah, fun stuff. Me and Nick breaking our backs out here while we got this guy just chilling over here, bagging parts, eating pizza. Guy can order a pizza though, huh? Alright, so got both fenders off, core support, and that's all we're going to do today. As far as that, got to pull some of the wiring on the engine, loosen motor mounts, drop drive shaft, things like that, pull off the accessories, but pretty much pull this motor out, pull off the manifolds, just little parts here and there. But it should take only about another hour or so to get this engine yanked. I have to pick myself up an engine stand and a cherry picker, of course. So once I get that, we'll rip this thing out. I am going to wrap the motor with plastic just to protect it, because this 305 is going into the Jimmy. So I'm going to wrap it with plastic and then cover it with a tarp. One little thing I came across I'm not too happy about, there's this little rust hole right here on the side of the Nova where there was a little bit of rust on the fender, but we'll cut that out and weld in a whole new panel there, or like a half a panel, something like that. And yeah, so we got the fenders, the core support over here, radiator, bumper, hood. Got the nice 327 kicking it here on the floor. But yeah, this is where we're at. So I'm gonna cover the engine and everything. We'll do a time lapse on that, and I'll be wrapping up this video. What's up, everybody? So it's been about a week since the last clip. I'm just wrapping this video up now, but where we're at right now, and you guys probably know already from the last clip, we have the whole front end taken apart on the Nova. So all the way down to the radiator support. No fenders, no radiator support, no inner fender liners. All that's really left up front is the motor and trans. So that's all we have left to pull out. There's really not too much more we need to do to get it out. drop the drive shaft, unbolt the transmission mount, unbolt the motor mounts, undo some of the wiring, fuel line, just little miscellaneous things like that. So it'll take about an hour or two to probably get it all pulled. I do need to pick myself up a cherry picker and an engine stand. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Hopefully I can get this knocked out next weekend, so I can start prepping the subframe, the firewall, all the parts I pulled off, send the transmission off, and start getting the new motor ready to drop in. And what I mean by that is I'm going to be getting an aftermarket oil pan. Definitely want that before I drop it in, and I'm probably going to be repainting the block. It is a red. I think I'm going to be going with like a gunmetal gray or this like gold flake black color, which I already have it, and I think it would be pretty sick if I can make it work. But that's where we're at. The next video will be us pulling out the motor and trans, or getting very close. So yeah, guys, that's it. See you next time. Peace.